Hi, it's YYC Athletes with Z. In this channel, we'll get to know more about your favorite Calgary athletes. Please subscribe. Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of YYC Athletes with me, your host, Z. Today is a very special episode because it's the first time that I'll be interviewing a father and daughter duo. On my right here is Ariana Dela, the newest member of the Ambrose University women's basketball team. And on her right is her dad, Aris Dela, one of the most notable persons in the Calgary basketball scene here. Ariana, Aris, welcome to YYC Athletes. Thank you for accepting the invitation for this interview.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure.
Well, how are you feeling right now?
Excited.
Feeling
This is exciting, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Having to share an interview, especially about basketball, to my daughter. This is nuts. I like it.
As I mentioned, personally, I've been waiting for this episode for quite a while now. I've mentioned it to you a couple times in our messages that I'm so excited. And finally, we're here.
Yes, no, it's good. Finally made time, and you know, everything worked out, and
again,
here we are.
Really appreciate Ariana and Kuya Aris for spending this afternoon with us here at YYC Athletes. So let's start. First of all, Ariana.
Yes.
Congratulations on making it to the Ambrose University women's basketball team. How did you feel when you finally committed to the Ambrose University squad?
I felt really good actually, just to be an inspiration to young girls in the community, especially young Filipino girls, giving them the opportunity and hope that they get the chance to take it to the next level and not just high school.
Well, thank you. And Kiaris, how does it feel now that your daughter, who you coached from the very start to now, now she is a part of a well-known basketball program here in Calgary?
Well, it's really, at the beginning, is really undescribable feeling, right? Because you always just try to teach your kid to play basketball just so that they don't really, figure out all this bad stuff that surrounds them, keep them healthy, teach them the sport that you love. And for me, that was just really my goal at the beginning. I never really put an intention to try to teach my kids to, hey, I need you to be playing college, or I need you to be playing, pro basketball eventually. I never want to put that on them. Like for me, if they go somewhere with it, so be it. You know what I mean? I would support them with every knowledge that I know of. But if they don't want to do it, I'm happy as well. You know what I mean? Knowing that they're heading in the right direction. But with her joining, taking it to another level is really, really exciting for me, because now I don't have to coach her. I can just be on the bench.
You can rest now.
Yeah, I can just go and just watch and enjoy the game, and hopefully everything that I taught her, she can kind of put it into play, and everything works out.
Well, thank you. Ariana, was basketball your first sport?
Yeah, but I also had other options like ballet, musical instruments, piano, lots of options. And then it all just led to basketball.
Why did you choose basketball?
I think it was just because I grew up watching basketball, watching my dad play basketball, and I just got interested in playing in it. I tried it, and then I loved it.
Do you remember the first time that you played basketball?
Played in a league actually against all boys. It when I was 8 years old?
So I was actually repping this, because I rep too. I rep basketball, and I was repping this little league where a bunch of little kids are playing. And then I knew the owner of the league, and I said, hey, would it be okay if I get my daughter to join? And absolutely. You know what I mean? And then I took her one time just because I said, you know what, she always come with me. Maybe she wants to play. I never really want her to play. I never even thought that she was gonna play. So right then, and then we went and got her to play, and we just grabbed the first shoes we found back then. We just like, hey, you want to play? And then she's like, yeah, sure. And then got her playing, and then it was very, very stressful for her at the beginning because she couldn't like do stuff that she thinks she could do. And then from there, and I took her and I said, look, let's go home. She's like, why? Well, if you're gonna play, I want you to enjoy.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play and you're gonna be stressed, then I don't want you to play. Yeah. That's the wrong way of doing this.
So that's why you play sports. You first have fun, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I did. And then ever since then, and then all of a sudden she changed it. She changed the way she plays. Now she's enjoying more. And I'm seeing it and I'm like, okay, now that's better. You know what I mean?
Ariana, when did you realize that, hey, basketball is really fun for me and I want to take this seriously?
Well, of course, at first, it's just for fun.
Yeah.
You're just playing. But I think when I wanted to take it seriously and like take it to a higher level was more junior high. I'd say like grade 8 and 9.
Where were you studying back then?
St. Albert.
Yeah, St. Albert the Great Junior High.
And you were playing for their varsity team already back then?
Team.
How's your level of play back then, would you say?
Well, obviously I can keep up, but it was just skinny. I was small because I started in grade 10 playing with them, and I was just small, and I actually sprained my ankle. Was it?
Well, when she was playing when she was in grade 7, and then she actually got picked up in senior team.
Oh, already?
Yeah, she was picked up in senior team. So me and my wife were like maybe they won't play her every once in a while. They probably go in.
Yeah.
And then when they start playing, and I'm like, hey, they're actually using her quite a bit. So me and my wife was quite surprised how she was actually picking up the game.
At that time, were you already like training her?
No, we were really like back then when she started grade 7. We weren't really serious about the basketball.
Yeah.
It was just more of a, okay, because I wasn't really like, hey, let's go and play. So for me, the way I was doing it is that I don't want to drag you to the basketball court.
Yeah.
I want you to drag me, then I'll teach you. That's kind of like the way I was teaching them. Like they would go and I said that once I see that you want to do this, then I'll guide you throughout the way. So until then, I find her going more and more by herself. And that's when I started teaching her.
Yeah. When did you see that potential in her? Was it grade 8, grade 9, or was it all grade 7? It was already there.
Grade 7 is when I saw that she can compete in a little bit older girls. So then when we try to do it, and I'm like, I don't really know very much about club basketball back then as well. And then so when we did it that way, and I'm like, wow, let's go and maybe get you in the club.
Okay.
But it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
So the way I did it is that I knew some people that is in a club, and then it says if you coach, it's actually going to be free for your kid.
I see.
So I said, okay, absolutely, I can coach. I'm not that good coach because I haven't really coached her very much then yet. But I can give up I can give my best, and and see how it goes. And it worked out good. Like the first year was so, and then second year, and then from there I actually fell in love with coaching because really it's something to still that I thought my days of playing high level was gone.
Yeah.
And then I found, hey, actually coaching is actually pretty fun too. Yeah.
Ariana, how does it feel that you have your dad coaching you?
Well, it's a little bit of really high pressure because you got to keep that high standard of playing good because you're the coach's daughter. But it's also a good push, and I feel like sometimes I depend on him a little too much from it. But
during games, you look at him a lot?
Yeah, quite a bit. But slowly learning to lean off of him a bit and just play my own game.
Out of all the things that he has taught you in basketball, what has been the main lesson that you've gotten from him?
I think just using my speed is a really good aspect, especially because I'm small with my height. It's just speed is the number one thing to use on the court because a lot of the other girls have trouble to keep up with me. So Yeah.
Well, aside from speed, she can also shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Mind you, if you look at her highlights, we'll post. You've probably seen the highlights. We'll post her highlights as well. But not only is she fast, she can also shoot that ball.
Like
Ariana.
father, like daughter.
Well, like father, like daughter. Yeah. What's your go-to move, Ariana?
I'd say Euro step.
I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about? How did you learn that Euro step?
From this guy. He taught it to me.
So, to all those watching right now, Ariana, well, she made it to Ambrose University, but her dad, as I mentioned in my intro earlier, he's called actually Mr. Excitement.
Man.
So he would get the oohs and the ahs from the crowd every time he plays, and we'll also show some highlights of Aris Dela Paz here.
Put it on a fast forward so at least it looks a little bit faster.
Going back to the signing with Ambrose University, were there other schools that reached out to you before you signed with Ambrose?
Yeah, SAIT did offer a scholarship as well. But I felt like Ambrose was a lot better fit for me academically wise. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we decided as a family. We feel like academically she would be fit better for Ambrose, not for basketball team, but for more of academic. Because really, at the end of the day, I want to teach her that don't go to school for basketball. Use basketball so you can get education.
Nice.
If you can use the sport that you love so much and not pay for your education, by all means, it's a big bonus.
Yeah. What's your major?
Behavioral science.
Why behavioral science?
Just to me, talking to others and giving them advice, helping them out in life just makes me feel a lot better myself. So I feel like I can use that for the future, helping others.
Nice.
I didn't know that. Jeez. Like, look at you.
I thought you were nervous.
Wow.
You're doing good. So now that you've officially committed, you've signed with Ambrose, what are the preparations like coming into the first season for Ariana?
There's quite a bit of working out for sure, and just a lot of practices, staying in shape for them. But the workout stood out to me the most, just taking it to the next level, a lot of upper body. I remember the first time I worked out, the next day I'm like, man, I can't move my body, it's so sore. But yeah.
Well, it'll prepare you for the upcoming season for sure.
Yeah.
Garis, she has her training with school. On weekends, do you still have training sessions with Ariana?
Well, this is the crazy thing, because now where she is right now, like I told her, I said, now that I'm done, now that you're next year, now I can focus on your little brother and teach him too. So, but that's what we're trying to do a little bit more and more as well. But on the weekend, what we do is they would drag me off the bed. And this is funny because we would play a pickup game in the morning.
Yeah.
And they would drag me off the bed or remind me the night before and say, hey, can we play ball? You know.
Sorry to cut you off here, but at the start, it just came to my attention that you said you don't want to drag your kids to play basketball.
Exactly.
You want them to drag you.
Yes. So they
And
were.
what's happening right now?
That's exactly what they're doing, and it brings me so much joy to teach them the sport that I love so much that they really want to do it, and not just me, and say, okay, come on, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get training. It's not like that. Even to see it on my younger son. My son is by all means only 9-year-old, and he would go and wake up and ready to go. And says are we training tomorrow? And be like, yes. It gives me so much energy or even motivates me to wake up and say, yes, let's do it. I'm good.
Calgary, there's more to come from the De La Paz family. It started from him, Aris De La Paz. Now we have Ariana, but it sounds like there's 2 more coming.
Yes, yeah. Hopefully they follow her footsteps. So, but that's what we're hoping for. So, yeah, no, basketball in my family, it's why not, right? It's back home. It's what we do. We play.
It's
basketball.
a religion there.
Exactly. It's like you breathe, eat basketball.
Yeah,
it's pretty much all we do.
Coming into the first season, Ariana, what's your mindset? Like, it's gonna be your rookie season. So what's the mindset? What's the goal for Ariana De La Paz?
I think just to learn about the different level of how they play. Just learn from them and then see what I can do and put my game into it to help benefit the team. Just create for the team. That's mostly it.
What would be your contributions to the team this year or this coming season? We know about your speed and your shooting ability, but what else would you be able to contribute?
Just guiding my team, talking to them, helping out on defense as well. Just talking a lot, helping them out, I'd say.
Okay, Aris, I know you're excited for that first basketball game. How are you feeling coming into that game now that, all that hard work that you and Ariana have put in? On that first night, what do you think you'll be feeling?
Well, I'll be excited to be honest with you, because I know her ability. She just needs to know what she can do, because I've seen it that sometimes she doesn't realize what she has. And hopefully by being coached by other coaches, she's able to show them and show everybody else her ability of what she can do on the court. And for me, it's very, very exciting, whether she does good or not. It still makes me excited to see it, because for me, I never had the chance to play college. You know what I mean? So for me, it's pretty much just like I can almost see myself in her to be able to play college ball. And it's very, very exciting for me,
Well, I'm sure you'll be that one proud dad on that first time Ariana De La Paz gets called into that game. Yeah. Before we end this interview, Ariana, I would like you to take this opportunity to say something to your dad for all the support that he has given you from the first time you played basketball up to now. What's your message to your dad?
I just want to thank you for being such a good role model to me, just teaching me everything I can put onto the court today, and just being there guiding me along the way. I feel like if you weren't a coach guiding me, I'd be a totally different player, to be honest. That I care about you so much and I love you so much.
And Aris, any message to Ariana?
I think standing on your own, you're very, very independent, and you'll be good at what you do no matter what. Whether it's basketball, me and your mom and your 2 brothers will always be proud of what you do. Whether you do good on the court, academically, no matter what you do in life, just remember, whatever you do, go all the way and don't do it halfway. And keep going at it.
Inspiring message from the daughter and the dad here. thank you very much for this opportunity to get to know you, and now we can share the story of Ariana de la Paz, and not only Ariana de la Paz, but also how great of a dad you are, Aris de la Paz.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, and we wish you all the best, Ariana. YYC athletes will be following your journey with the Ambrose University women's basketball team. You never know, you may be able to cover one of your games in the future.
Hey, there you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed another episode of YYC Athletes with me, your host, Zeke. We have here Ariana de la Paz and Aris de la Paz. Hope to see you on the next episode. Thank you for watching.
Bye.